The world spins until it doesn't. And then everything stopped. We never notice it, but this very moment, the earth beneath your feet is spinning faster than a rifle bullet through space. Every city, every ocean, every living thing is being carried around the globe at 1,600 kilometers per hour, without a sound. Then, in a single impossible instant, that motion stops. The world's rotation locks, and everything not bolted down keeps going. The air itself becomes a weapon, surging forward with planetary inertia, turning calm skies into walls of destruction. Winds scream faster than sound, flattening forests and hurling oceans against the land, ripping cities from their foundations. Glass bursts outward, towers bend like paper, and the world's tallest skylines crumble into clouds of shimmering debris. Inside buildings, windows implode, walls twist, and gravity fights to hold what inertia is determined to erase. Tsunami walls rise from the deep, rolling over continents, lifting ships into the sky before swallowing them whole. From orbit, Earth looks wounded. Clouds shredded into ribbons, continents masked beneath waves of dust and storm. In 8 heartbeats, everything familiar vanishes, and the world stands on the edge of total silence. Across endless plains, crops disintegrate beneath hurricane winds, and soil peels away like sand under fire. High above, aircraft tear apart mid-air, shredded by invisible forces stronger than gravity itself. Seas withdraw for miles, revealing ancient ocean beds, then return with unstoppable fury, devouring the coast. 100-meter wave shatters ports, cities, and bridges, erasing entire generations in seconds. Flooded highways become rivers of debris. Cars and homes drift aimlessly in the new inland seas. Then darkness falls. The power grid flickers, sparks, and dies, leaving the planet in trembling silence. On rooftops, antennas snap, panels rip free, and the skyline folds under the weight of air still racing west. In open oceans, ships roll and capsize. Metal screams as currents twist them into floating wrecks. From orbit, cyclones merge with sandstorms, Earth's skin boiling with motion, though the planet itself stands still. Down below, the wind finally fades, leaving only dust, ruin, and a hollow sky echoing with what was. The ground begins to crack. Fault lines sprint across continents, opening canyons where highways once ran. Skyscrapers tilt and slide as the crust shifts. Entire districts crumble into smoke and falling steel. Pavement ripples like water. Streetlights sway, and asphalt melts under pressure from within the earth. Mountains tear themselves apart. Rock and dust collapse into valleys as the planet adjusts to stillness. Deep underground, tunnels twist and collapse. The heartbeat of civilization finally stops. Forests fall in waves. Trees crash like dominoes as shockwaves roll through the Earth's trembling skin. At a canyon's edge, a radio tower bends, then dives into the abyss, vanishing into dust and silence. From space, glowing cracks trace continents, magma bleeding through the wounded crust of a broken world. Gas lines rupture. Flames roar through the ruins, painting the horizon in violent, rolling orange. The air dims. Distant cities burn beneath a blood-red sky as the planet exhales its final motion. Now, one half of Earth bakes under an unending sun while the other freezes in eternal darkness. On the bright side, rivers boil away, and glass flows down streets that once pulsed with life. Inside hollow towers, sunlight burns through dust, slicing empty rooms into stripes of gold and shadow. Across deserts, dunes stand frozen mid-motion, timeless sculptures of a world that no longer turns. Between fire and ice lies the twilight band, a narrow ring of dusk where day and night collide forever. Here, the last survivors walk the horizon, caught between searing heat and endless cold. On the dark side, oceans are locked in ice. Cities sleep beneath glassy tombs of frozen time. Ships hang trapped in translucent walls of ice, their hulls whispering under unimaginable pressure. Above them, a halo of storms circles the world, lightning carving lines between the living and the dead. Within the twilight storm, ash and rain intertwine, falling sideways through a sky that never rests. In the half-light, small groups of humans wander the scarred land, following the fading warmth of the horizon. They huddle around artificial fires, breathing frost, keeping the last embers of humanity alive. High above, ruined towers sprout wind turbines, desperate machines harvesting ghosts of motion. One survivor tightens his mask, staring at cracked screens that still glow with dying data. Together, they build barriers of scrap, shielding fragile life from the storms that circle their refuge. They melt ice for water, sip steam, and measure survival in single drops of warmth. Convoys crawl across the frozen plains, headlights carving thin veins of light through endless dark. On a ridge, they raise a communication mast, one final call to a world that may never answer. In flickering shelters, a radio crackles. Static turns briefly into a human voice, then fades again. At the horizon, survivors watch the split world, half fire, half shadow, realizing it's all that remains. From space, the planet glows in two colors, golden flame and icy blue, forever locked in contrast. Storms coil along the equator, their lightning weaving a belt of endless motion around a motionless world. Beneath auroras, silent cities gleam under ice, monuments to a civilization frozen mid-breath. Frost creeps over a visor lying in snow, preserving a human story that ended without a witness. Even the oceans are still, waves suspended, frozen in the act of falling, motion turned to memory. From above, the planet's divide is absolute, light and dark, heat and cold, life and oblivion. Under the fixed sun, glassy deserts shimmer like mirrors reflecting the memory of movement. But within the twilight, green shoots rise through thawed soil, the first defiance of extinction. A lone survivor stands on a ridge, staring at the horizon, between two eternities, one breath of hope. And as Earth drifts silently through space, half alive, half dead, the world holds its breath forever.